We love highlighting local Arizona connections, and this is a great one we have to share with you this morning. An Arizona family took a chance of a lifetime buying an Alaskan oyster farm, even though they'd never farmed oysters before. Well, now those oysters are served right here in the Valley. 12 News journalist Jen Wall joined us live in Gilbert. And Jen, you have to tell us this process of how all of this came together when we think Arizona to Alaska. That's a pretty big distance.
That's right. Good morning to you, Emily. So we know fresh seafood here in Arizona, it can be hard to come by, especially in a landlocked state, let alone the desert. But an Arizona family took a really big risk about 2,600 miles away in Wrangell, Alaska, making that fresh seafood straight to our plates possible. Brian Herman's dream turned reality stretches from the Verde Valley to Alaska and back to the Phoenix area.
And this oyster farm came up for sale, and it kind of intrigued us and started doing the research on it.
And with that one purchase, Herman says his family became Alaska oyster farmers.
Had you ever done it before?
Nope.
So how did you learn?
A lot of research. The internet is an amazing thing.
Herman says the previous farm owner also helped train him along with other experienced Alaska farmers. His venture starting right before COVID hit.
That was a unique challenge in itself as well. So
a challenge leading Herman's Arizona to Alaska oyster farm back home to the desert.
Let me chuck another one for you here.
To Buchan Ryder and executive chef Daniel Torres.
It's literally almost a 24-hour, if not 36-hour difference when it gets out of the water and right into our de-ice's plates.
Torres says there's two keys to their seamless process to get fresh fish to the desert.
It's a very logistics thing, and so it's all about the timing.
Herman says his oysters share a plane to the valley, known as the Southeast Alaska Milk Run. They typically carry more cargo than passengers.
that is how Southeast Alaska survives, is these daily flights for fresh fruit and food and product going in and out of these towns.
And it turns out Alaska's water churns some pretty tasty oysters.
It's a perfect habitat for oysters, which allow a clean, crisp flavor on the oysters.
Herman says they sell about 130 to 140 dozen per week to Buchan Ryder right now, with the goal of expanding to more in the next year. Yeah, and so now Brian's wife and two daughters, they live full-time in Alaska. He travels back and forth between Alaska and Arizona running businesses. And coming up live in 1 hour around 6:30 a.m., I asked him what a day in the life is like on his oyster farm. And I said, is it kind of like Deadliest Catch? Does it ever get that crazy? Well, he answers those questions, and we're going to bring him to you live.
Oh, Jen, we can't wait to hear that. We just love this story and appreciate you highlighting for us. We're also wondering if he's ever found a pearl.
Yes.